ready to get the hell out of here.
Here, isn't it?
What the hell happened? Where's everyone?
Martial law. Riots in Gollum spilled over into Prague. Entire city's on lockdown. None but state police allowed in the streets tonight. They've all got itchy trigger fingers.
Wonderful. Talk to Miller? Tell him to meet me at the office?
He'll be waiting for you. Of course, you'll likely be shot getting there. Watch yourself out there, Jensen.
Alex, it's me. We need to meet.
You got a location? Because the streets aren't safe tonight, man.
Can you make it to the limb clinic, where we met before?
Yeah, it's not far. I'll meet you there. Don't know why he didn't listen. Let's see what we have. Fuck! Then why did he run?
What's the holdup? So?
So we killed a citizen.
The city's on lockdown. A true citizen would respect that. Get him in the truck.
You've been off the grid since the bank job, man. I was getting worried.
Been busy. Had to convince Miller to send me on a recon mission to Garm. When I got there, I ran into an ambush.
Again? Was it the same mercs as in Dubai, those gold mask creeps?
Yeah, only this time Viktor Marchenko was with them. He tried to kill me with this.
What is it?
The orchid. Think you can get it analyzed?
Yeah, we got a couple of scientists on the Collective's mailing list. Some of them are already culling through the files you and Janus pulled from the bank. I'll let you know what they find.
Good. Something big is coming, Alex. Ark's being framed for a terrorist attack that hasn't occurred yet.
They're gonna take more lives, blow up another train station? Jesus, Adam, look at it out there. Any chance we had of easing fears and fighting people's hatred will be gone. That piece of shit UN legislation will pass, and we'll all be thrown into AUG-only hellholes like Udalek.
While Nathaniel Brown sits back and earns trillions.
Brown? That slick suit from the Santo Corporation?
Page said Brown was calling the shots, and in Switzerland, Marchenko said Brown had confirmed date and time.
But where? Brown's been traveling extensively, promoting Rabia and his Safe Harbor initiative. His next junket's in London. But if he's behind this, he's not gonna attack himself.
Maybe not. Marchenko also mentioned someone who can tell us. But I have to meet with Miller first. How soon can you get the sample analyzed?
As fast as possible. If you're meeting with Miller, be careful. You walked into another ambush in Garm, and Miller's not off my suspect list yet.
We'll see.
who might be out here. I knew this Rakar business would cause trouble.
Telling me you had no idea about this curse. Bullshit. Sir, you've broken curfew. That makes you a criminal in the eyes of the law.
My lawyers will hear about this.
Shit. Think I have a legal removed.
I haven't done anything.
Nothing. We're sure we need to be out here. Can't tell who might be out here. You're back about the promotion. The Ogs have finally burned their place.
Can you hear me? You have to come quick. He's here.
Who's here? Who is this?
It's Daria. From the crime scene. Do you remember? I'm at home. Apartment across from yours. Please, hurry. I need you one thing.
Are you still there? Daria!
Radši bych střílel Augir kolem si.
Welcome, welcome.
Nice gear you've got here.
All high-end. And you look like you know high-end. Which biotech did your job? Not Isolate. They don't come in black.
You try this on all your customers?
Just the ones made of carbon fiber. As one enthusiast to another, you can tell me.
Gonna have to disappoint you.
Maybe you can make it up to me.
Sure.
Great. Go ahead. That's not just a display. They're for sale.
I'm good for now.
So long, Mr. Mirror Shades.
Marshal reporting.
I don't think... Sorry, friend. You cleaned me out.
I think I'll be on my way.
Feel free to come back if you change your mind.
From Picus, Ariel is constantly bringing you the best and latest
Bonjour. Celebrity Plaza Society. Medical Day.
Catching nothing here. Not finding anything. Let's drop this.
gay guy ever shut up?
Not for long, no. We could go in there and... The last is already don't let your friends judge you. Just see them alive.
What do you think this is, the 1980s? Like those old documentaries?
Care of this problem long ago. Měli jsme to udělat už dávno.
I'm putting in for a transfer to the raid squad. Should have done this long ago.
Poručík zákaz vycházení. Nevycházejte prosím na ulici.
Use this car, we are in serious trouble. What kind of freaks are coming out of there?
But the captain is in a real stiff mood meeting the commissioner.
Fine. No telling what kind of freaks are coming out of there.
You shouldn't be outside tonight, Adam. Prague is no longer safe.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. I'm looking at a police barricade right now.
They will not let you pass. But I can help with that. I suggest you take cover.
Eliza, what do you have in mind?
Now is your chance to get past them. Be careful, Adam. I do not want to lose you again.
Keep moving, Vrak.
Cheap for you.
Well, look at this. When I said you had a pair on you, mister, I had no idea how big. You do know there's a curfew on, right?
Thought I noticed a change in the clientele out there.
Ha! Yeah. Less snapshots, more pot shots. But management says the Red Queen stays open. And it don't pay to question management here. So, what'll it be?
You've got some loyal customers, risking a bullet for a drink and a screw.
Oh yeah? What are you risking it for?
It's probably better I don't tell you.
Right. Well, they've been here since before the lockdown. Some lost track of time while having fun. A few are locals with no other place to go. So, less loyal than desperate and scared.
Scared? Of the police or of the Gollum riots spreading to the rest of the city?
Please. You don't buy that shit any more than I do. The riots aren't coming anywhere near the city proper. This is just an excuse to clamp down a little tighter, you know? Keep us under control.
Staying open during a lockdown seems like a recipe to lose money. Doesn't come off like a sound business decision.
We've got the reputation to think about here at the Red Queen. Opened every night since it was established, as far as I know. Besides, the management has plenty of other interests to offset a slow night here.
I've heard they're very interested in theater.
You could say that, but you didn't hear it from me.
I was never even in here. Actually, I think I'm gonna pass.
You change your mind, I'll be right here.
Tony and Lee should have called us by now. Did you leave them a message?
I tried, but the call wouldn't even connect.
Have you seen what it's like out there?
Leasing. Just backing, answer.
Going to sure everything.
A nice little piece. Wouldn't mind the taste.
Get lost. Heading out for the round.
I'll stick to this area.
I haven't had any clients in 2 hours. Curfew is killing my business.
Mine too. Everyone here is past...
Back off!
Don't spook the
Mine
boss.
too. Everyone here is past their limits. So why don't we just kick them out and close up the line?
We have lost track.
who?
That point of my patrol.
Good.
We should take down these old posters. Their eyes are creeping me out.
No one needs to imagine the mighty power of state police.
Access granted. Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Patrol is clear, bratishka. Stay on your toes.
Around the clock, around the world. I see. Always watching. Because you were always watching.
You don't have to be so melodramatic.
Now back to our top story. State police in Prague, working under direct instructions
The hell
of
with
the
you.
army of the Czech
I'm out of
Republic,
here.
have imposed a state of
Better
war
off without me.
around their city. This
Are you kidding
the
me?
Santa Group's Udalek complex threatened to spill over into the campus.
Off we go.
Allegedly perpetrated by masses of augments in reaction to the sudden, unexpected death of talent.
Nothing.
The riots have
Not believe I lost that.
Is you work for me? They will pay triple what we agreed. That is good for business.
But at what cost?
This is not a fucking discussion!
We can still limit the damage. We do not know what these people have planned for London. It could be...
I decide how the Valley do business, not you.
But this Orchid, you want to deliver to the Safe Harbor Convention before it even begins.
Do you have shit in your ears as well as between them? Get the fuck out of my office! Now!
Jensen, Chicane tells me you left his place ages ago. Where the hell are you?
Cashing in on a lead. I'll explain when I get there.
Make it quick. And if you happen to be in the Dabney district, Singh just sent us the location of a gin stash. A storage unit near Monument Station. We haven't had a chance to secure it yet because of the curfew. The password is 7326. Miller out.
They need a fucking vacation.
prací a mnozí dříve licencovaní občané již nebudou mít nárok na novou ověřovací kartu P73. Není žádný tajemství.
Bezpečnost byl vyhlášen základní zákon.
I really believe the riot spread all the way into the city.
I tried to be nicer. You knew how this was going to end.
Taking sergeant test next month?
Nevycházejte ven.
Noci jako dělat pro vzpouru.
Anything suspicious over there? Maybe I should call my brother, wait.
Where did they find them?
Edward Braun. Thought we activated your permit.
You did. Whatever you did was enough to fool them.
Doesn't seem to have done you much good.
It kept me out of Golem. I wouldn't have made it this far if it wasn't for you. But now, martial law changes everything. It's Warsaw 1982 out there.
Warsaw didn't have drones.
I remember them going into people's homes, accusing them of things they did not do, being part of organizations I have never heard of. It was clear to me that it was all happening again.
So you slipped away, went underground. How'd you know to come here?
I heard a message on the radio. They were saying that martial law was being used as an excuse to round up anyone. And then I look outside and I see this with my own eyes. The police acting indiscriminately, just like 82. So I decide to do exactly what I did then. I hide in the sewers. And I start to find others. People who are scared and looking for safety, just like me.
I'm sorry it came to this, Edward. I know how much it meant to you to stay in Prague.
It's not about me anymore. I am one of the lucky ones. All these people down here, we must stay together. We must help each other to get through this. They are my family now.
Good luck, Edward.
It is you, again.
Tall, dark, and augmented. Over here.
Milena, you didn't take my advice about giving up on forgery.
I know. But trouble is, I've got a talent for it. And it's a real growth market. As soon as you got me out of that thing with Dragomir, I had like 20 emails from Samizdat. Do you have any idea how difficult it is for art school graduates to find a specialist subject these days?
The permits aren't enough for police anymore, forged or real.
In Prague, maybe. But it turns out I'm multilingual when it comes to falsifying border passes. Lucky, right?
Never works, I'd say lucky.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, Super Commando Man.
Oh, don't mention it, Milena.
If there was an easier option, you think we wouldn't take it? I was less stressed out when I was working at gunpoint.
We may not agree on your methods, but I'll let you get back to your work.
Coming from you, that is like the gold star seal of approval.
Welcome to the Underground. I owe you an apology for hacking your info link.
Don't sweat it. I'm assuming you had a good reason.
Samizdat's usual channels are all bugged. I couldn't risk an audio communication being traced back here.
You're Little K, right? You don't sound local.
I wrote some things that made me have to delocalize a long time ago. Been living story to story on a Schengen visa and a language implant ever since. Never expect a short story from a long-form journalist. You want to know why I brought you here? The police raided Samizdat last night. Cleared us out. We were broadcasting until they pulled the plug. Radios, flyers, mail bursts, the makeshift media van. Getting the message out to our subscribers if they needed a refuge. As you can see, it went a little wider than we anticipated.
So are you running a resistance cell here or a campaign room?
Why not both? Now Samizdat has a captive voter base. We could run for the Senate.
It's organized resistance, then.
Peaceful resistance. We're working together to get people under the cordon and out of Prague. It's a happy accident of a police state. Well, I say happy when everyone's repressed, they can see past their prejudices.
Or they shift the blame. It's gonna take a long time for those prejudices to heal.
As long as certain people can profit from keeping the wounds fresh, But you knew that already.
This isn't what I call laying low. Aren't you afraid the police will find you again, finish what they started?
They already got Kay. Bones, the backup servers, even the shitty coffee machine. Enough for them to call it a win and get back to indiscriminate brutality on the streets.
Where were you when this happened?
Right here. Running our little home away from home. Our sources tipped us off about the martial law. Either we could write about it and throw our hands up. Boy, I sure hope this massive rights violation doesn't end up being too awful this time. Or we could enact a readiness plan and really do something.
Yeah, when we first met, I called you pamphleteers. I guess I should apologize.
Oh no, we were pamphleteers. Now we're pamphleteers, jury-rigging an underground railroad.
What happened to Kay?
Kay is me now, according to the Samizdat Manifesto. It's all very third-wave socialist with a dash of martyr complex.
Good to know. But I mean, what physically happened to him?
Right. His name is Yarek. Yarek Drobny. He's being held by the police along with Bones. No contact, no bail, no rights. Plausible deniability.
You must have known the risks.
Well, he was open to the existence of risks. When you showed up, it should have been a wake-up call, but you were reasonable. The state isn't reasonable.
I'm pretty sure you didn't call me to put up posters. What's the deal?
We've made a plan. We're getting people out of the city, starting first thing tomorrow. I want Yarek and Bones to go with them, but first, we need to bust them out of jail. Tonight.
And you think I'm the kind of guy who breaks into police stations?
Are you telling me you're not?
Fine, I'll get them out. They're being held in the temporary police station downtown?
Yes. By the Monument Metro. Once you're clear, takes them across the plaza to the Ineda cleaners. We've cached everything they need for a long road trip along the old NATO decommissioning zone.
That's your escape route? Puts getting them past the state police into perspective.
It works on paper. And gives them these new identity documents, a lot of new identities. We found a very good forger. We're keeping her from a bright future in a Picus newsroom. No, this is our logistical problem to solve. Too many people.
It is you.
You'll have to borrow more trucks. Can we get that into the city now?
Biocells, painkillers, right over there.
As you wish. Out of sight, out of mind.
I will try to find you a little something. I promise.
Kvůli rostoucím nepokojům v komplexu Titulek byly pražské ulice uzavřeny. Nevycházejte ven. Let's go.
Working on getting transferred to Vice.
Switch off patrol. Don't tell who might be out here. Policie má příkaz zatknout každého, kdo poruší zákaz vycházení. Nevycházejte prosím na ulici.
With all these optimizations, it's gonna take an army to bring you down. Unfortunately, there's an army of police out there right now. Be careful outside.
emelení dostali veterán.
Pozor! Platí dočasný zákaz vycházení.
Takovýhle mise nesnáším.
I see anyone, especially in awe, not taking any chances.
Obavám z šířících se nepokojů byli zástupci města nuceni v celém městě vyhlásit zákaz vycházení.
Our old military-industrial friends. You here to free us or interrogate?
We're scared of this.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
You still up there?
Primus, is that you?
The press wants to... You! I knew it, man! I knew you were one of them all along!
Do I look like I'm one of them?
I can feel my hands right now, but if I could run a search for shadowy extra-government agent on the net, pretty sure it's all you.
Fair point. What happened? You pulled a Freedom of Information speech on the state police?
Ha fucking ha. They didn't wait for a speech, man. Lesson learned. Smash the state before the state smashes your nose.
Little K asked me to get you out.
She's the K now, man. I'm a liability to Semistad.
She cares about you, Yarrick. She didn't want to leave you or Bones behind.
Always was a cool cat, man. One of the good ones. She wrote the wheels come off 16 years ago and the conspiracies just keep checking out. Everything except the grey aliens, but who's to say that's not a metaphor?
If she wrote the book...
I don't believe in authorial intent.
I might have known you wouldn't keep your heads down during the riots.
This is what a radical news source lives for, man. Lives and dies for. But the helmets on the streets, the extreme peacekeeping, that's not about the Golem riots. How are the Augs gonna get over here? Carpool? No. Someone, somewhere, wanted the cops to clean house in Prague. And this is just the beginning. What if they could call martial law anywhere, anytime? Cops without borders.
That's your prediction, huh?
You can take it to the bank, man. The Palisade Property Bank.
I warned you about picking a fight with Picus. They've got a lot invested in protecting the message.
Would I be talking to you now if Picus had got to us? I mean, does Eliza Kazan have a sense of humor? All those bombs going off lately. What's one more in the sewers? BTW, those are all rhetorical questions.
You don't say.
But they're trying, man. Bones heard the cops talking about extraordinary rendition. What a wonderful, connected world we live in, when they can pin an acronym on you, ARC, NSF, who gives a rat's ass, and ship you off to a black site on the UN's credits.
Just how many states are you an enemy of?
All the corporate ones.
You told me you were a liability to Samizdat. How do you figure that?
Because the cops burn me, man. Exposure is death. They didn't have to ask a single question. Just took my DNA off their knuckles. My high school dropout date, my sister's parking tickets, my darknet proxies. Oral cemetery.
Oral cemetery?
They didn't get a lot of mainstream airplay. Anyway, little K shouldn't have sent you. Samizdat has to be bigger than any man or woman.
Samizdat is bigger than you now, Yarrick. The Resistance reached further than you planned for. You want to fall on your sword, there's a better place to do it than in a holding cell.
Whoa, whoa, you know I use the term liability real broadly.
There's a way out of Prague for you both. The Samizdat Resistance has organized everything. We just need to keep our heads down and get to the cleaners nearby.
The cleaners? Irony. Wait, you mean going through the cops?
There's a police locker in the corner that should be stocked with uniforms. Find something that fits and try to look convincing. We need the cops to think you're one of them. Good. It's time to go.
Low profile, low profile.
Helena says it's all gone wrong. We'll be right behind you.
I'm very good at taking cover.
Just be quiet. Do not provoke them.
You got that piece on you.
Incredulity is their shield.
I can't breathe. Okay, okay, now I'm breathing.
We made it, Primus. I can't believe it.
Yes, exit plans, man, exit plans. Always be making them. We worked this contingency plan out when we started Samizdat. Didn't think it would actually come to this, though.
No one thought it would be like this. You're gonna need these documents where you're going, wherever that is.
I hear Paris is the best place to have a revolutionary agenda these days. If you want to come along, you can be the muscle. Well, whatever your arms are made of, the stuff they use on space shuttles.
No can do. I've got a previous engagement I really can't miss.
Right, with the cardboard box company.
Watch yourself out there, Kay.
Kay? Kay is Kazdi, man. Kay is everyone. You're part of it now.
Do you think we are safe here?
We are for now, but you can't risk going back outside. There's a group organizing underground. They're doing everything they can to create a refuge, to help get people out.
These men, they are part of this group? Are they the reason you came?
That's right. You can trust them. Things in this city aren't going to get any better anytime soon. If you wait here, Kay's people will come for you.
Anything is better than being trapped alone with Helena all day. She thinks that we don't need anyone else. That Irenka should never trust anyone but her. But I think she's wrong. I think we need others. You're the one who got us this far. And these friends of yours, they're going to get us even further. Thank you for that.
Good luck, Irenka.
Every fucking time.
Všem občanům zůstávejte. Zatkne každého, koho chytí na ulicích. Byli jste varováni.
Quiet.
I believe you have a date with whatever's on that disc.
Yeah?
What can I get you? Beer? Something else?
What else have you got?
Oh, just an item of interest.
For someone who lives off of their sales, you're unusually reserved.
Well, sometimes it's hard to know who to trust, especially these days. For example, I don't suppose you have any neuropozyne you would be willing to spare, do you?
Sure. Here you go.
Thank you. I can't tell you how much this means.
These are tough times. We all have to do what we can.
You understand? That's... You have no idea how many people just look the other way. But we can't afford to. Not Oggs. And not anyone else. What happens to one happens to all of us.
The neuropozyne isn't even for you, is it?
No, it's not. I'm what you might call a... Well, I think of myself as a Samaritan smuggler. I get things for people in need.
I'm glad I could help.
Listen, I can't let you leave without thanking you properly. I store a few supplies in my basement. The code to the door is 1015. Help yourself to what's down there.
Thanks.
Don't mention it. Like you said, we all need to help each other. Now, is there anything else I can do for you?
Let's see those odds and ends you have for sale.
You can't go wrong with that.
I'm good for now.
As you wish.
How is anyone supposed to get
never give up their reins?
I promise.
My Interpol friend, it's dangerous for you to be out in the street tonight. What are you doing here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Oh, the killer is still out there. More victims have turned up. All of them Augs, all harvested. Just like Angela Gunn.
So it's the same person doing all this, and we still have no idea who that is.
I'm not sure where all this is going, but I've been looking at old case notes, and it's uncanny. Marek Svobodka, the old harvester, he's supposed to be dead. Yet this killer seems to... little habits that were never made public. I even called the cemetery just to make sure Svobodka's still dead.
And?
He's dead.
That doesn't explain what you're doing here.
It's still my case, isn't it? And it's still open. I was hoping that maybe Daria suddenly remembered something. And what about you? You know very well that your Interpol ID doesn't mean shit tonight. Hell, I should be arresting you right now.
Daria called me. She said she was in trouble. She said he was here. Then she got cut off. Is she in there?
I wouldn't know. I knocked and no one answered. I've been worried about her. So she called you, huh?
You know how she feels about cops.
Right. Look, you're not supposed to be outside tonight. I'll take a look around the building. You see if you can find a way inside. Hopefully we're not too late. Just try not to get caught, eh?
I won't.
State police have not moved swiftly to prevent the riots spilling into Prague.
Indeed. None of us are likely to forget the last time augmented people allowed their emotions to get the best of them. So
lies in the back.
Dodržujte prosím zákaz vycházení.
Go take a look.
Here's whatever it was.
Private sector pays double.
All right. We have no business together. What are you doing here? It's after curfew. It's dangerous.
Serial killers are dangerous. Curfews are just inconvenient.
I beg your pardon?
Daria Mishka. Ring a bell?
I'm sorry, but I'm not at liberty to divulge anyone's personal information.
I don't have much time, so you need to start talking fast. Daria's in grave danger. That's if she's even still alive. If there's something I need to know about her...
Trust me, there's no hurry. The further men like you stay away from Daria, the better it is for everyone. You should forget it.
Why men like me? Look, I know about the email you sent her. I know you performed some kind of surgery. Why was it so important for Daria to meet you here?
I used to know Daria. She was a patient of mine.
Your patient? You mean here at the drugstore?
No, of course not. Before that, when I used to work for Taeyong Medical, big tech corporation. You know it?
Enough to know I don't like where this is going.
I headed a project. The cutting edge of neural science and cellular memory replacement. We dealt with people suffering from severe social disorders. We were making people better by making them better people.
How exactly did you make people better?
We found a way to isolate specific character traits. The idea was to use neural implants with imprints of desirable traits from select individuals and insert them into others who were, how should I say, less gifted. Take a man like yourself, for example. Could have given you a sense of humor.
I'm funny enough as it is. Now how about you tell me what went wrong? Something obviously did.
We were trying to help people. Imagine what it would mean if we succeeded. Anxiety, gone. Apathy, gone. Depression, gone.
Diversity gone, spontaneity gone, individuality gone. But you probably left that part out of your sales pitch.
Daria is responsible for what Daria does. The only reason Tai Young forced me to get involved is because so much is at stake for them. Big brand name to protect. I've met their lawyers, men whose briefcases are filled with broken teeth. You must understand.
I've been very patient so far. Too patient. That's about to change unless you start getting into details. What are you not telling me?
Look, I haven't had anything to do with this for years. Tai Young Medical contacted me and told me it was my responsibility because Daria was my patient. They implied that if Daria's story ever came to light, I would take all the blame.
So you're in this out of the goodness of your heart. What else?
My job was to address people's deficiencies by integrating donor personality packages. That meant we needed lots of confident volunteers to donate time to our project. As you can imagine, people weren't exactly lining up to have a scrape inside their heads. So Tai Young had to diversify.
Once again, not sure I like where this is going.
Tai Young Medical cut a deal with various penitentiaries. Prisoners who took part in our programs, they got granted little perks, bigger cells, running water. The prisons, they benefited from facility upgrades. It was a win-win.
You implanted the personality traits of prisoners into the mentally unstable? Smart. Let me take a wild guess. Daria's donor was Marek Svobodka, better known as the Harvester.
Donor number 698843. All I saw, all I was given was a series of test scores that showed a perfect match. Everything she was missing, he had. Nothing else mattered at the time.
Your pet project's been haunting the streets of Prague. She's been tearing people apart. Now I'm starting to think she wants to tear me apart. I'm sorry if all that inconveniences you, Doctor.
What is it you expect me to say? I followed procedures. The people who are really responsible for this, they're not the ones working in drugstores now.
Fine. So let's go after Tai Young.
Don't be naive.
You're really not helping your cause here. Give me something to work with. Tell me how to stop Daria.
All right. Look. We obviously want the same thing here. Daria has a neural chip installed just above the hairline. She won't let you get anywhere near it. So if you're serious about putting an end to this, you'll have to, you know.
What, kill her?
That would be my preference, yes. Or I suppose you could just incapacitate her, but then you run the risk of having her wake up. Not a risk I would take personally.
There must be another way. Something that doesn't involve attacking her.
I wish I could help you. Unless you're willing to meet violence with violence, Daria's not a victim. Chip or no chip, she is behind this, and she will try to attack you no matter what you do.
I don't think Daria's as responsible as you make her out to be. Taking her out and removing the chip is great for you. Gets rid of any evidence that might link her actions to your bungled experiment. But there's no way it's my only option. And there's no way Tai Young Medical would develop a sensitive technology like this without some kind of failsafe. I know you're holding something back.
Like what?
A weakness, an override. Something that allows me to talk to her without the influence of whatever it is you installed.
Well, there is an override phrase. Daria's been programmed to react to it with specific subconscious impulses that are designed to trigger a shutdown of the chip.
Why wouldn't you tell me that in the first place?
Because I knew you would overestimate what it could do. You're a fool if you think you can just walk up to a killer and say a magic word. It won't undo what she's become. The decision to act on Svobodka's memories, to repeat them, that was all Daria. Simply shutting down the chip at this point will not be sufficient.
That's for me to decide. What's the override phrase?
Ad hominem 2026. But I warn you, do not turn your back on her. And do not underestimate her responsibility in all of this. We all have terrible nightmares. We all have visions of sick and terrible things we could do. But we don't all act on them. You must be careful around her. You must find a way to deal with Dario.
Taking care of this problem long ago.
Some of those forged permits are pretty good.
Oh, thank God. I knew you'd find me. We must hurry, before he comes back.
Before who comes back? The man who killed Angela Gunn?
Yes. He knows you're after him. He wanted you to come.
So where is he?
He's everywhere. Can you not feel his presence? Are you not scared?
Why did he bring you here? What does he want?
He's using me to get to you. He thinks that by removing your augmentations, he can make you whole again. Quickly, come closer. Help me to get out, and then deal with him. Please, I beg you.
You can drop the act, Daria. I know what's going on here. I know there's no one else out there. I ran into an old friend of yours. The name Cipra mean anything to you?
You mean Dr. Cipra? Where did you dig him up?
He's worried about you.
He's worried about himself. He's worried about Tai Yong Medical. They're willing to kill to cover things up, to preserve their precious image.
Their reasons are savage compared to mine.
I don't believe this is who you are. Something changed in you after Cypra's surgery. Made you do things you would never have done otherwise, for reasons that aren't your own. But it's not too late.
Don't be so naive. I am who I've always been. Cypra's surgery, all it did was give me access to another man's technique. His courage to follow through.
I can still help you. Ad hominem 2026.
What did you do? Is that how machines pray?
Listen to me. The neural chip that Dr. Cypra installed in you is in the process of shutting down. Try to focus. This version of you that's been hurting people, I don't believe that was really you.
Then you don't know me very well. Why? Why should this change anything? The procedure gave me access to memory banks that weren't my own. The choice to draw on those memories was mine alone. You can't take them from me.
The shutdown process may take some time. There may be lingering effects, but that doesn't mean it's too late to help you.
You really believe that, don't you? All right. Prove it. Approach me. Come. Closer. Save me from all those horrible things Dr. Cypra did. There's nothing to be scared of, right? Surely whatever trace of the harvester was inside me is gone now that you've said the magic words.
You obviously need more help than I can offer, but that doesn't mean it's not out there. Whatever power the neural chip had over you should be diminishing now. You should be able to fight whatever urges Svobodka's memories inspired in you.
I don't need help. You do. You need to be saved. All Ogs need to be saved. Svobodka inspired me to... I can make you human again. I have to make you human again to atone for what I am.
You're not the Harvester. Svobodka's personality may have overwhelmed your own. You're acting like him, killing like him, justifying it in all the same sick ways that he used to. Can't you see that? Try to remember the day you first walked into Cypra's office. You were someone else.
The day I walked into Cypra's office, I was nobody. You said it yourself. Svobodka overwhelms me. His personality is stronger than mine.
You're no longer hardwired to think and feel like him. The override phrase should have shut down the source of his neural impulses.
I can't just pretend he was never there. It's precisely why I went to Cypra in the first place. This feeling that I was just a shell, that I couldn't stand up to anyone. Even if only a very small trace of him remains, I cannot stand up to him. Surely it must be obvious to you by now. The Daria you came here to save no longer exists. She hasn't for a long time. All that remains now is his drive, his legacy, his cause.
His cause, not yours. I don't know the extent to which you're responsible for your actions, whether you chose to be like him or whether it was completely out of your control. But you are different. If you can recognize that, then maybe you can start distinguishing his motives from your own.
Let's say that I can feel his presence receding. After all this time, maybe I can finally recover the person I was before Cypra's procedure. That doesn't undo what I've done. How can I possibly be allowed to walk out of here?
It's not for me to judge you. I want smarter people than me to look into this neural procedure you underwent. Dig into Cipra and Tai Young.
So you're offering me a fair trial?
I'm not offering anything. But if there's any hope of moving on here, not killing anyone else is a good start. Society has every right to judge you, and it also has a right to hear all about Cipra and Tai Young Medical. I'm not an expert on extenuating circumstances, but I'd say you have an interesting case.
You were right before, about the override process taking time. I can feel him receding. Memories of memories no longer crashing against me like they did. Let me prove it to you. Come closer. I want at least one person to know that I'm no longer what I was.
All right, Daria, we need to get you out of here for real now. This needs to end.
The version of me who did those things to Angela, I cannot even imagine it being me, even though I know it was. Whatever happens now, whatever the authorities decide, I hope you believe me.
What's going on here? What the hell am I interrupting?
Detective Montag.
Daria's got a story to tell you. How you react may have something to do with your thoughts on experimental neural therapies and big medical conglomerates.
I don't understand. Where is the harvester?
I want to turn myself in.
One of you really needs to start explaining.
I want to confess to the killings of Angela Gunn, Misha Voracek, Pavel Klima, and Leonie Wolf. I also need to tell you about the neural procedure I underwent. It involves Tai Young Medical and a man named Dr. Nicholas Cipra. I hope you'll listen.
You can handle this from here. Just listen carefully to what she has to say.
All right, Daria. I think you should start at the beginning.
2 years ago, I signed up for a program sponsored by Tai Young Medical. They said they could help people to become better versions of themselves. It all feels so long ago now. Another lifetime.
I suggest you remember everything you possibly can about this procedure you underwent. Who was involved, when it happened.
I'm not that person anymore, I swear to you.
Take your time. For now, nothing's going to happen until I get the full story.
Anomaly detected. Access granted.
As if the violence could spread.